Hello everyone, today I'm going to present the final project for this course. First one, I'm going to introduce the opportunity and the evaluation for the opportunity as well. The problem statement is that for a commodity information provider, their editors and analysts are taking a lot of time to read up the news stories and research articles. If the time taken to write up the news story and research articles is less, it can help them to focus more on value-added content generation. This is an attractive opportunity from the evaluation because there is a problem and machine learning can help solve it with the text generation. And also business cares about using automation to solve above problem. Next, let's move on to the cross-industry standard process data mining business understanding. Define the problem. As I mentioned previously, the target user is those editors and analysts from commodity information provider companies who wrote those news articles and research reports. The problem statement is that for a commodity information provider, the editors and analysts are taking a lot of time to write up the news stories and research articles. Why it matters? If the time taken to write up the news stories and research articles is less, it can help them to focus more on those value-added content generation. How it is solved today? Commodity information provider editors and analysts are manually collecting data and information to read up the news stories and research content. Gaps in the current state is that the time taken to write up the news story and research content can be shortened with machine learning text generation. Define the success. Quantify the expected business impact. Reduce the time taken to read up the news article and research content per person daily by 50%. What are the constraints is that news stories and research content must be published within the timeline based on the content published frequency, daily, weekly, or monthly. Translate impact into metrics. Outcome target: a 50% drop in time taken for editors and analysts to write up the news stories and research articles. Define success targets. The output matrix could be similarity of generated text against target text. Now, let's move on to identify the factors that might be relevant to the solution to the problem. First one is the time series base of the pricing data, which is up to date. Second, time series based of supply and demand data that's up to date. Third, time series based import and export trade data that is up to date. The fourth one could just be the input of news for breaking event news. The solution validation plan is that the solution itself will be based on one of the common natural language processing tasks, text generation. And based on the solution, following the cross-industry standard process data mining process, we will build a model to write the news and insight content, observe the generated text, and get feedback from the editors and analysts, analyze the results, and repeat the process. Machine learning system design. So it will be cloud instead of edge because there will be vast amounts of unstructured training data and generated text. It will consume large data storage space, so cloud will be a better solution. It will be online learning instead of offline. As the news content generation is a daily activity, the learning itself needs to be online to refresh the models. Online prediction instead of batch prediction. For each of the commodity precise movement, that there will be a separate content commentary needs to be generated. Hence, it needs to be online prediction instead of a fixed duration batch prediction. Lastly, let's discuss about the potential risks in production. Training serving school could be the biggest model problem in production as in the commodity market space, a lot of breaking events news could impact the market movement very heavily. Hence, training input data set could be totally different when they are actually in production environments. That's all about the project. Thank you very much.